Hello, everybody. It is Dennis and Andy with the movie review of the week. Just for you, this week we were going to see Abigail. That was the review, but uh, I called an audible. I sent Dennis a message yesterday saying, "Look at this. It's out. We've seen the trailer," and he's like, "Let's do it." So we saw Sasquatch Sunset last night.
Yeah,
Sasquatch. Say that 4 times, 5 times fast. What is Sasquatch Sunset about, Dennis?
well, this is about a single year in the life of a very unique family, a family of Sasquatches. And it captures their daily life and with a level of detail and rigor that just is simply unforgettable.
I tell you what, one, the makeup was so good that all I could think of is this is how Planet of the Apes should be done and not a bunch of CG generated gorillas and apes. So that's one. Two, the only person I knew actor wise going into this was Jesse Eisenberg. Now, the makeup is so good, it took a while to figure out which one was Jesse Eisenberg. Um, the surprise to me, and I'm going to mispronounce her last name, I looked it up after we saw it, and I texted Dennis last night, was Riley Keough,
Cool.
whatever. And if you're like, so what? Who's that chick? She is the daughter of Lisa Marie Presley, and she plays the female ape. And the funny thing is, like Dennis said, they really wanted to not put out a joke of a movie. This is a serious movie. You do laugh at times, but it is serious. They grunt. There is no dialogue throughout the whole movie. In fact, we were the only 3 people in the theater. My lovely mom likes to call me every night to see how my day was and wish me a good night. She called during the movie since it was just the 3 of us and there was no dialogue. I answered it, talked to mom for a few, hung up. But the nice thing is for the female Sasquatch, because they're taking this in a very, very serious tone, they didn't do the thing where it's like, oh, she's a female, her face should be softer. Oh no. If you just looked at the faces of all the Sasquatches lined up, you just think they were all dudes. At least I would. I didn't think anything in her face was female.
No. And so one of the strengths of this movie is, the filming of it, the scenery, the prosthetics that they used. I thought they were quite good. It was enjoyable to see without, like you said, all the CG stuff. It is interesting because you literally go through the life of the Sasquatch, what happens in a year. And, there's some highs and their lows, and, it's a lot of their daily routine, in a way, it kind of reminded me of the Star Wars sequel trilogy, where it's sitting around talking while these guys are eating all the time. And they're just out experimenting. They build their hut every day.
Yeah,
that
was another thing. Because they travel, they build a hut. And the next day they literally take it down. And I'm like, you just built something. Why just not use it every day? But it's because they travel. So they did. You saw that a few times. You saw them trying different foods to eat and reactions. We're not doing a spoiler part of this. Of course, you got to see Sasquatch Love. If you saw the Red Band trailer, you know what I mean. That's all I'm saying. I got to see more male Sasquatch peen than I ever thought I would see.
This reminded me a lot of, if you took 2001: A Space Odyssey, the opening scene, and combined it with Benny Hill, if they would have had some of the music, the do 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 do, and having them running around, that's really what some of this reminded me of. I love the fact that there is no audible dialogue anywhere in it. It is just guttural noises. I know the actors, they took lessons from a mime in order to learn how to make these facial expressions. So it is cool from the standpoint that there is no spoken words at all throughout the entire movie. And it did not get received very well at the Sundance Film Festival.
People were walking out.
Walking out during the premiere.
I've walked out of a movie. Dennis has walked out of a movie before. Not at one point during this movie, and it's an hour and 29 minutes. Not at one point did I go, I want to leave, because I want to see how it ended. Because obviously every movie has, first, second, third acts. And the structure for a story is the same. It's just what you do with the pieces. So obviously there had to be some conclusion to this. And there was.
In this one, there were 4 acts, though, in this one, because they broke it up with spring, summer, fall, and then winter, and that gives you one whole year. So that's how they broke this one
and up. Then they did actually end back in basically end of winter, early spring, because the snow was gone.
Yes.
But so they completed the circle. So you're right, there was. And this isn't a big spoiler that would kill anything, because there are some shocking type moments in it. But the movie starts with a little, and that is the hand gesture the male ape uses when he wants to do it. And she's impregnated, so she gives birth. Well, guys, if you're a parent and you actually watched when your baby was born, besides the position of how she gave birth, it's nothing new. If you did not watch and you never wanted to, avert your eyes. If you've never seen it and you're that curious, watch.
There were a lot of dick jokes in this. There were a lot of sex jokes and innuendo in it.
Right, and that's what it was. So
there's some graphic scenes, where some gross things happen besides flinging poo, and let's just say run-ins with wildlife and stuff like that. There's a reason why it's rated R. There were movies to me and parts in this movie where things really worked. There were some funny parts. It is considered an action adventure comedy. And there was comedy because it was slapstick comedy, and there were some parts where we laughed out loud. There were other parts you're just sitting there going, wow, this is really dragging on. And there's a few shocking moments, in it. But I think while there was some good parts, there was also equal number of really not good parts. And I was sitting there going, this would have been a much better film if they would have turned it into a mockumentary about Sasquatches, and say it would have been Morgan Freeman or...
you mean a voice, just no actors, but just a voiceover?
Yes. So think of Morgan Freeman as the voiceover. Today in the life of Sasquatch.
Right. Yes.
You see them walking right over. I actually think it would have made it the mockumentary version would have really filled in some of this and would have been a better movie. It was different. I mean, when the movie ended, we both looked at each other and went, I don't know how I feel about this film, because I'm torn. And honestly, even as we're recording, it's got good things. It's got not good things. It's got some pretty bad things in it. There are things that were like, whoa, shocking. And other things like, wow, right in there. I would have never got up and walked out of the movie for it. I mean, it's not that bad.
It's like a train wreck where you're like, I got to see how this ends.
Yeah.
I got to see how this ends. All right, Dennis, score it. Oh, wait, it's my turn. No, wait, it's your turn.
I am going to give this one a 5-5. I was kind of, like I said, there were parts that I really enjoyed and I thought were incredibly creative. I'm glad, let me put it this way. I am glad this movie was made because it is very unique. It is definitely an independent Sundance film. And it is cool. They really went out on it. Nathan Zellner plays the big one. He's also the director, which I thought was pretty funny. It really had some funny parts to it and some very interesting parts when you think about their interaction with wilderness. And I know they tried to put in some themes about, what man is doing to wildlife and stuff. I, like I said, it hit on some things and missed on other ones. I'm glad I saw it. This will not be something I ever go out and buy or probably watch again.
Oh, bullshit. You're going to get it on 4K just so you can zoom in on the...
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm right there with Dennis. I'm going to give it a 5.5 as well. I
Wow.
already told you during the review part what I thought of it. It's just getting a 5.5. Do I regret seeing it in the big screen? No. If I knew about it going in, I probably would have just waited for TV. It's not like you have to see it on the big screen, except for the epic long shots of the environment are very well done and very nice.
It hasn't even broke the $800,000 mark in the theaters. And I did try to look up what the budget of this was, and it's not anywhere out in the interweb. So if you guys, after watching this, can find it, leave it down in there. We're just kind of curious what this costs to film. If anybody can find it, it is what it is. We pulled a 90-degree. We wanted to see it. It just looked different. Glad we saw it, but I'm good with that.
All right, reviewers, what are audience?
IMDb is giving it a 6.0, so we are not too far from that. And Rotten Tomatoes, the critics are giving it a 71%. Critics think it's pretty good.
Critics love this shit. It'll get nominated for an award. Well, it actually, for special effects, makeup, it could.
Yeah, like I said, the special effects were really good. The audience, 31%. And as I'm going down, just kind of looking, there are a lot of 0.5 stars in there.
Nice.
Reviews. Audience, and I'm looking through them, some of them now, they either loved it and said this was a masterpiece, or they hated it and said this was just utter trash. So it apparently had the same effect as it did during the film festival. So Sundance got it right.
You know what is a 10-star? KOR-DRATH, The Awakening. That's right, the new campaign from Dennis and I. The hit follow-up to KOR-DRATH, The Reckoning. KOR-DRATH, The Awakening. We now know the big bad is Vordoom, the Undying, and we now know what he's after. You need to pick up KOR-DRATH, The Awakening to find out exactly what all that is and how it plays out and what KOR-DRATH and Adriana have to do to beat back the big bad of Vordoom, the Undying. Multiple covers to choose from. As always, the main cover I just showed, homage cover. Love these throwback covers. Oh, there we go. Yep. The Bud Root cover right there. Of course, we had to have Bud come back. And if you're like, wow, that's cool, it would pair up nicely like wine and a good steak or salad if you go that way. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. With the original cover he did alone. We did it so they go together, guys, like peanut butter and jelly. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Get yourself the black and white edition as well. That's the whole book in black and white, not an artist edition, just regular size, high contrast black and white ink with the lettering so you can read it. Of course, preview pages, scroll through these. Oh, links in the description below if you actually want to slow down and take your time and look through them. Character descriptions for the newcomers, new game module that Dennis wrote featuring once again the art of Bart Sears and Dan Lawless gracing the retro throwback cover. New parody ad. You guys have come to expect those. Stretch goal, $50,000. First stretch goal, the first playable character card for this campaign. We did 4 for the last campaign. We're doing 4 for this one. This is the first one to keep them all a surprise. Vordoom the Undying. KOR on the front, me and Dan Lawless. And on the back, Dennis wrote up these fantastic stats so you can play them in the KOR-DRATH game or any of your favorite role-playing games. Great add-ons like the KOR-DRATH, the Layouts book featuring all of my penciled pages before I start inking them. And then, oh, what are these, Dennis?
Well, those are our kid-friendly books that we decided to put out because we got a lot of feedback from you guys on the first adventure. And you guys are like, love the story, really want something that my kids can take to school. So we made a E for Everyone version of it. And if your kids like manga, we have a manga style. And if you kids like full color, we've got the full color digest version. Easy to pack along. Kids can take it on vacation and read KOR-DRATH while they're in the car.
Nice. Oh, and look at that. What is that? Let me show a better picture.
Yeah, there's another thing that you guys asked for. We've got our KOR-DRATH minis. And if you play D&D, any type of role-playing miniatures game, the 2-inch is exactly what you guys wanted for playing it. Some of you wanted a bigger version, so we did get a 3-inch. And some of you guys wanted full-blown statues. Well, we were able to get this in a 5-inch, and the artwork of Andy Smith was sculpted perfectly into KOR-DRATH. And what a great likeness. And yeah, guys, there you go. Take your choice.
Take your choice. And of course, the KOR-DRATH collector's box, a nice box to store all your KOR-DRATH swag. You can add it on checkout or step up, get the KOR-DRATH The Awakening box bundle, the feature tier, usually $162. Now yours for $135. It is everything KOR-DRATH The Awakening in here. Look at this list of stuff. All the covers, the Budroot line art cover as well, the black and white edition of the book, the game module, the Adriana trading card, all in the collector's box. And then, you know, you can add on the figure and you can add on the layout book as well. And of course, these digests are all add-ons. That's why they're just not right in that box. So you can do that. And then all the standard tiers, variant covers, things like that. There's Bud's line art cover, of course, the black and white. And then you get way down here to the Big Bad Booty Daddy box, which is the Awakening and the Reckoning, volume 1 and 2, everything in this box. The black and white edition, the manga digest, the color digest, all the covers from the Reckoning, A through F, all the covers of the Awakening, A through D, and oh, I forgot to mention in here, the line art cover will be in here as well. I totally forgot to put that in there. They only limit you to how much you can do and the amount of characters, but they're all there. Unless, wait, no, the line art cover, now I got to go back and check. Oh, it is D. It is in there. I didn't forget. The 4 character cards from the first campaign in the map, both game modules, and of course, any stretch goals from this campaign you will also get. So guys, go check out KOR-DRATH The Awakening. Let's keep this baby going higher and higher. Straight up we'll climb. Man, move aside, Sammy. Or is that David? I don't know. I just do it better. Which one was it, Dennis? I'm confused.
Sammy.
I knew it. Move aside, Sammy. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Go back, KOR-DRATH. Have a great weekend. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Live long and prosper.